Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I can't see my time. Is it time? Yeah, just popped into time. Let me see who's popping in. Okay, awesome. People are popping in. I believe we're on Facebook Live today. So it's Facebook Live into my Facebook group. So it's a small group, don't worry. Plus you're not on camera anyway, so we're good. So how are you guys? How are you guys? Thanks for coming back to day 2 of the masterclass, Become a New You for the New World. So there are key concepts that you must understand in order to thrive in this new world that we're entering into. And so yesterday we did a lot of talking about the first aspects of that. Today we're going to talk about the rest of the list of the key concepts you need to understand. And so let's get going. I'm excited to hear. I gave you, well, and we talked about having this choice. We have this choice about living in uncertainty, waiting to see what's going to happen, just kind of living day to day without having a plan, or really taking this time as an opportunity to make some shifts within ourselves, to find out who we are, what our purpose is, to finally do that one thing that we really are meant to do, we're meant to be here for, and to get about doing it. So you have a choice. You always have a choice in every single day of how you choose to have your attitude, but you have a choice right now of, are you going to be in uncertainty and waiting, or taking this opportunity and really going for something that you've always wanted to do in your life. So just a reminder of yesterday and where we're going forward in learning for this masterclass is you learned how to shift your internal set point in order to get what you want. To change your inner programming to work for you versus against you, and to prepare yourself now in mind and body for the new world that you're going to be entering into, and to remain in control and in charge of yourself no matter the outside circumstances. And we talked about the importance of having a goal, because without a goal, we're lost, really. You see the woman with the map, she's pointing to a place where she wants to go. If you leave the house and you don't have a goal, you don't have a destination, you go around in circles, just doing nothing because you're lost. So anyway, also very important to have a goal when you're looking at how you're going to enter into the new world. So today we're going to talk about aligning yourself with the results that you desire, increasing your inner strength and self-confidence, making a decision to live and create your life in a new way for this new world, and how to become bulletproof from the inside out. Are you ready to start? So yesterday I asked you to make a list of all your wants. All right, who did that? Did you guys do that? Thanks for being on again today. We have more people on now. And did you make a list of your wants? So this is really important. And it's important because I find that my clients are often shut down in this area. They don't really know what they want. They maybe have wants for their family or wants for their relationship, but they don't really know what they want, what their desires are, what is meant for them to do in the world. So I hope you had fun writing down your list of wants and you opened up to some possibilities, and that's going to keep happening. You could keep doing this for 30 days and you will recognize that you get more and more excited about what's possible, more and more excited about what you want, and then keep your focus on that. And then what I encourage you to do is to pick the main thing, the main thing of what your wants are, and make that your goal, and go for that goal. Use that as your goal. Or, that's the main reason I wanted to have you write the list, really, is to start realizing what you want for you, not anybody else, what you want for you, what you're here to do, and to really open up your dreaming possibilities, because anything that we create in life comes from fantasy, imagination, and dreaming. And we as adults are so shut down to dreaming. We don't do it that much anymore unless we're trained how to do it, or unless we know that that's the principle of getting anything we want, is to go back into dreaming. So I hope you had fun with that exercise. I'm going to review just a little bit about how you get the same results over and over again in your life, and the stick figure. As you remember the stick figure from yesterday, or if you're brand new today, the stick figure is the way we have an image of the mind. Normally we don't have a picture of the mind in our head, and we think in pictures. So the stick figure allows us to see the mind, and then allows us to know how to think to create, how to take steps to get to the results we want. Without this picture, again, we're lost. So I found this picture as just really the key for me to understanding the body mind, to understanding getting results, to understanding really everything in life. So we'll go through this a little bit, but the whole idea around getting the same results over and over again is that you're focusing on that big R. You're focusing there. You're focusing on the current results, and your current results are based on your previous thinking, your previous actions. Your current results are based on a week ago, days ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago. So in order to get a new result, you want to focus on what you want. So when you're focused on getting the same result over and over again, you're thinking the same thoughts, you're feeling the same feelings, and you're taking the same actions that produce the same results. And as you remember yesterday, we talked about paradigm. Our paradigm is a multitude of habits, beliefs, values that is held within that subconscious area of our mind, the area we're not that aware of that much, but it's our feeling mind, our emotional mind. And so what's in your subconscious mind, what's in your emotional mind, are all your values, beliefs, habits that you've had for your entire life is what we call a paradigm. Now, some of those paradigms could be good, some of those paradigms could be not so good, or not leading you to the results that you want. So, however, good or bad, our paradigm controls our thinking, it controls our results. It controls everything that we have in our life. So that's what we talked about last time, of really the paradigm, how to change that. We dove deep into the stick figure. We're going to talk a little bit more about it today, but that was just a review for you. So number 5 on the list is align yourself with the results you desire. And you remember yesterday that I said I was a chiropractor. So I love this word align, because as a chiropractor, we're always talking about aligning the spine to allow the nervous system to flow freely so that the healing potential of the body heals itself. The practitioner always is just allowing the body to heal itself. And facilitating the body to heal itself. So you can facilitate your body-mind connection, you as the stick figure, to get the results you desire. And I call this aligning you with you. So we can look at the stick figure again, and we look at this, and this is so simple, and we understand it on our intellectual level or in a conscious mind, but it's contrary to what is held in our paradigm and how we've been taught to think. So we have a hard time accepting that this could be this simple and so real. But when you align yourself with you're aligned. Just think of the stick figure as being in alignment. Your thoughts and dreams are in alignment with your feelings and emotions. They are connected, they're in harmony. And because your thoughts and feelings are in harmony, your body is in a similar vibration. And then when you behave and take action out into the world, in the alignment for the goal you're going for, or alignment from what you want, then you're putting that vibration out into the world with your action. It causes an equal and opposite reaction, which gets you your results. And that's and so your environment that's around you, what you've created, is your results. So it actually is a great way to evaluate how you're doing. If you don't like your current results, then there's not alignment within your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So this is what I teach people how to do, is to go back into the stick figure and see what's out of alignment. Maybe your thoughts are in alignment, your thoughts and your actions are in alignment, but your feelings aren't there. So, in chiropractic, we would see the spine going out of alignment. So you could see this little stick figure being kind of off alignment. It's not flowing. The energy's not flowing through you. So that's what aligning yourself to get the results that you want is all about. You have to get in harmony with your thoughts, your dreams, your feeling, your emotions, the vibration in your body, and then move into the world with that type of excitement about your goal. And it doesn't even have to be excitement. It could be calm, quiet passion that you go into the world, but you're completely in harmony. And then that's what you're going to get back. You know, the law of attraction is really the law of vibration, which the law of vibration underlies the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. But it is really about the vibration in which your body is in, because your body is like an energetic bubble, sort of. It's just like all full of energy. And we can switch that with our feelings and emotions. We talked about yesterday the negative polarity and the positive polarity. When your body's in a negative vibration, you're getting negative results. When it's in a more positive vibration, you're getting more positive results. So you can see how this all pulls together, and how the stick figure, even though it's simple, it becomes very informative about how you get what you want in your life. So this is one of my favorite quotes. It's not who you are that holds you back. It's who you think you're not. And so think about that a little bit deeper. It's not who you are that holds you back. We are all perfect spiritual beings. We have perfect potential. Everyone has unlimited potential. And so, and if you think of this, it's who you think you're not. That's your subconscious mind. It's your limiting beliefs, your false beliefs, what you think, what you believe that's not even true about you anymore. All that junk that's in the subconscious mind is what holds you back. So who you are is what we're trying to get at, you know, to become the true essence of yourself, and to live, work, act, do everything in your life from that place, because the thinking of who you're not is really what's holding you back. So I hope you love that as much as I do. All right, step 6. So increasing your inner strength and self-confidence is so important in this time. We have to become strong within ourselves in order to live in a time of uncertainty, in all of these outside circumstances that are going on around us, and begin to live from the inside out. We talked about that yesterday, how our conscious mind is connected to the outside world through our senses, and we have the ability in our conscious mind to accept or reject any ideas, but once it gets into our subconscious mind, it only can accept it. So, you know, when we're in alignment with who we are, then that automatically will begin to cause more inner strength and self-confidence. And we're going to go a little deeper into that right now. So you have a self-image. Everybody has a certain self-image. But when you try to deviate from your current self-image, it pulls you right back. So think about times in your life when you might have when you attempted to go for a goal, or attempted to lose weight, or attempted to work out, or attempted anything, you know, different in your life, and then it didn't happen, and you kind of like what's a rubber band, it pulls you right back. So we're going to talk a lot about self-image in the next few moments, and you're going to understand this in a deeper way and why it happens. So how do you see yourself? Cute little pictures. Your self-image actually is set in your early life. We talked about that yesterday. You're programmed 0 to 6 years old. You don't have the conscious mind. You only have the subconscious mind. Everything that's around you in your environment and your genetics, you came in with a certain programming, your environment, your teachers, your family, everything is programmed into it. You had to accept it. And then, unless you consciously choose to change it, it will stay the same for the rest of your life. It is going to control you for the rest of your life. So by the time you're 18 years old, 96 to 98% of all your habits, beliefs, values, all the messages that you have inside of yourself are set. And really, as an adult, we have the opportunity to change that and decide what is true for me. What do I want? What do I believe? But most people don't. Most people just run off the habits and the unconscious thinking for the rest of their life. So I'm so excited that you're here to learn about this so that you can start to change things, not only for yourself, but generations to come. You will never outperform your self-image. So anytime we're going for something different, for something more, we always have to up-level our self-image. And often I think people maybe think it's an insult when I start talking about self-image, because they don't really realize that they have to create a new image for where they're going, because they'll say, oh, I'm okay, or, you know, I like myself, I love myself. But until you get to a self-image of where you're going, you won't get there. It will hold you back. And actually, Maxwell Maltz discovered that you have two images of yourself. You have the image that you project to the world, how you walk, how you present yourself. Now we're doing a lot of Facebook Lives, so how you present yourself to the world through Facebook Live, how you used to present yourself out in the regular world. Regular, it's not regular anymore. And then also you have the picture that you hold of yourself on the inside. And this is really important to have those be congruent. When they're the one that's on the inside is really what shows on the outside, and we don't really realize it. And it's also the image on the inside is really what holds you back. No matter how hard you try to change your outer image, you go to a fashion consultant, or you go to, you know, you change your look, still if you have a negative image, a bad image of yourself on the inside, it's going to reflect in your results. And so it's really important to get these two images congruent, and then start to shift your image to the new person you want to become. So self-image is your glass ceiling. We've heard that a lot. It's as far as you can go in life. And you have what's called a control mechanism in your mind. It's a cybernetic mechanism where it always is bringing you back to what is the inner image of your mind, your set point. We talked about set point a little bit yesterday. Think of the mechanism in your house where you set the air conditioner, where you set the heating unit. You set that at a certain temperature, and when the temperature gets off of what you set it, the air conditioner or the heater will automatically kick in to bring it back to the temperature you set. So your self-image is set in your subconscious mind, is set inside of you. And whenever you deviate, like in the previous slide, from who and what you think you're capable of, then it pulls you right back. Oh, who am I to do that? You know, I don't deserve that, or whatever chatter is going on inside your mind is really the force that, very, very strong force, and it's always wanting to pull you back to that, your own comfort zone, becomes a comfort zone. It determines what comes into your life, and it determines how well you do whatever you do in your life. And we refer to the image as the self-image. So Dr. Maxwell Maltz in 1960, I believe, wrote a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, psycho meaning the mind, and cybernetics being this instrument of, like the heating air conditioning unit, an instrument that brings things back to a certain set point. So the mind set point, psycho-cybernetics. And his quote goes, self-image sets the boundary of all individual accomplishment. And he's the one also that discovered we have the two image. He was actually a plastic surgeon and discovered that even though he would do surgery on people, some people would change and some people wouldn't. So then he started delving more into the mind. Often we're not aware of the image we have of ourselves, and this image influences all parts of our life. The way you talk, look, love, dream, everything, all relationships. If you have a negative image of yourself, your results will be negative. If you have limited image of yourself, your results going to be limited. It's just the way it works. And so you can think of the self-image as part of the paradigm too. It's part of like values, habits, self-image, beliefs. It's all in your subconscious mind, and it's controlling you. So we need to learn how to control our subconscious mind, reprogram ourselves, to get what we want, to live the lives that we want. And the beautiful thing about self-image is you can change it, and you can actually change it pretty quickly, and then you can change how you're living in your life. Oh, there it is. I forgot. I thought I took the slide out. Here's your example of the cybernetic mechanism. Oh, and it's supposed to say your mind. Anyway, that's the perfectionist in me. Your subconscious mind holds the program. We just talked about this. Your conscious thinking mind is the control knob of your unconscious machine. So you can make a decision that you're going to change the programming in your mind you make a decision through your conscious mind. But then you have to change your subconscious mind, you have to do a lot of repetition. We talked about that. Repetition or a highly emotional event. Repetition is the way we focus on, because highly emotional events are usually a negative. So if you change the program, you will change your results. That's a recap. So think about people on a diet. So one thing about being on a diet is that we are actually, as a culture, programmed to find what we lose. Think about when you lose your car keys. Maybe not as important now because you're not driving anywhere, but when you lost your car keys before, you're programmed to search high and low to find those. At least when you're going to go drive somewhere, you're going to need to find the keys. But we're also programmed to find our phones. Like, our phones are literally attached to us, and if they're not, hopefully we find a phone if we can't find our phone. But think about it. Whenever you lose something, you want to find it. So that's why some people have refocused losing weight to releasing weight, to releasing it, letting it go forever. So that's one just phraseology change that some people do, but they only do it in their conscious mind. They say, I've released weight, I'm releasing weight, but they haven't taken it into their subconscious mind, so it still doesn't work. So if you're not taking it in emotionally, when you're changing a behavior, it's not going to change. So until you change the inner image of yourself, when you're on a diet or on a workout plan, to match the outer image, your results will only be temporary. Yes, this is the next slide. So when you change a behavior, your results are only temporary. When you're changing the action, think about the stick figure. You're changing the action. You're changing the behavior that you're doing. You're eating better, you're working out, you're trying so hard, but you haven't changed your thought process about yourself. You haven't changed your beliefs about yourself, and your self-criticism, your negative chatter, all of that stuff. So your results will only be temporary when you stay in the changing of the behaviors. When you start changing your thinking and your subconscious thoughts about yourself, who you are, what you're capable of, then your results start to become permanent. This is so important. Okay, number 7. Number 7 is make a decision. Make a decision. Make a decision is really essential in everything. Let's just start there. Most people live in indecision and procrastination because they don't make a decision. We're not taught how to make a decision. When you make a decision and you take committed action towards something, it sets everything into motion. But when you hold back and wait and don't decide and be in indecision and procrastinate, nothing happens. It's almost like the world says, I'll just keep her stuck. In fact, I might keep her stuck in reverse, or him. Make a decision to live and create your life in a new way for this new world. So that's a step I'm saying that you need to make in order to move out into the new world. So making a decision, I'm now committed to living my life in a new way. I'm going to take new actions. And you can actually give yourself a command. My mentor, Bob Proctor, says that discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. So we're going to talk a little bit more about making a decision. So Joel Barker, of authors of the book Paradigm, said to be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. Now, you know you're able to change your paradigm because anything's possible. You could do it. Other people have done it. The big thing here is to look at is you have to be willing. And willing is a tricky word. Am I willing to do whatever it takes to change my paradigm? Am I willing to study for an hour in the morning, something that's going to uplift me and take me to another place? Am I willing to reduce my TV watching or eliminate my TV watching? Am I willing to eliminate or drastically reduce my time on Facebook? You know, so it's, or am I willing to make 10 phone calls a day to people that I can help? It's really a big question. Am I willing? Really an internal look. Am I willing and able to change the paradigm? And willing is really the key word there. This is a quote by R. Buckminster Fuller, a scientist. He says, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, you have to build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. This is another one of those quotes that, you know, used to be kind of cool. And now it's like, we are in this model right now. We have been thrown into living this out. And what we're here today is to talk more about you. So if you keep doing the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result, it's insanity, right? So in order to really change yourself, in order to really get a new result, then we're creating a new model. And that's what I'm giving you, some ideas of how to do it differently than you've always done it before. Does that make sense? So when you do it differently, the old model goes away. I mean, you could just think about the phone, you know, the first cell phone, like it was a huge, big thing, you know, and then it got to the flip phone, and then it got smaller and smaller and smaller. And now it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, but every version of the phone has made the old version obsolete. And so you have the ability to make a new version of you, and you will need a telescope to look back when you start doing this kind of work at who you were just a year ago. Because once you get on a path of moving and growing yourself, it can happen very fast, and it's very, very exciting. So love that quote. Love that picture too. So it's not about a goal. This is a quote. I don't remember who said it. It's not about a goal. It's really about who you become along the way. And the reason I say it's not about a goal, but we have to have a goal. We have to have a goal that's juicy, that's worthy of us going towards it, and a goal that's gonna help us to grow, because that's the purpose of the goal. But it's not really about getting the goal, because it's about the growth that happens in you as you get to the goal. And I think I might have said this yesterday, you know, when you have a goal, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, the guy that went to the top of Mount Everest the first time. It took him 3 times to get to the top of Mount Everest. And after the second time, he didn't know how to do it. But he didn't know how to do it until after he did it. So you don't know how to get to your goal until after you get there. But in the process, you are becoming the person that you need to become along the way in order to achieve the goal. So we're going to take a deep dive into this, becoming bulletproof from the inside out. Now this phrase, what you think of me is none of my business, completely transformed my life when I first heard it 3 years ago. It's a book, actually, by Terry Cole Whitaker, but somebody just told me the name of the book, and I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. What you think of me is none of my business. And so I even added a second part to it. In fact, if I focus on what you think of me, I will never get my goals or live my dreams. And that's the truth, you know, because we know that phrase, what you focus on expands, or what you focus on comes into your life. And now we know through the stick figure, what we hold in our thoughts, what we hold in our feelings, and we take action towards, we get. So if we're always worried about what other people think of us, if we're always worried about the impression we're going to make, or, you know, we say the wrong things, or we're not really being ourselves, we're being just a shell of ourselves. So it's so freeing to realize that it is none of my business what other people think of me. And it's okay if you guys don't like me. I don't care. I'm just here delivering what I know to be my truth, what I know to work for me. And it doesn't matter if you don't like me, because I like me, for one thing, and I am connected with my passion. So I know I'm doing the work I need to do in the world, and not everybody likes everybody. So when you start to disconnect from that and really detach yourself from caring what other people think, and the reason I know this so well is because I used to be the opposite. I used to always care what other people thought of me. I couldn't make a decision on my own. I always had to go to other people to ask their opinion. And here's a tip on that. When you go to other people to ask what they think you should do, or for advice, what you're getting is their paradigm, their thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and their paradigm that was influenced by their family, their environment growing up, their genetics growing up. So be careful when you start asking for other people's opinions, or just know that what you're getting is their paradigms about what you're asking about. So when you make a decision, as in the previous slide, start to be able to make decisions on your own, because you really do know what's best for you. You shouldn't really need to ask anybody's opinion. And if you do need to ask someone else's opinion or advice, then make sure you're going to people that are thinking the way you're thinking, that really have your best interest at heart. And you can also even use people that inspired you that are no longer here. Or you could say, what would Napoleon Hill say in this situation? Or what would Bob Proctor say in this situation? And you can get advice from people just kind of etherically, I guess, I don't know if that's a word, ethereally, because you can connect with their minds and their energy and imagination of what they would do. So that's kind of an aside from this slide. So we're going to move into a little bit of creating the new you that you want to be in the new world. And the first step to that, I want you to start kind of getting comfortable, because we're going to go into a short meditation, and just want you to practice this and really take this opportunity, because what else are you doing? And you're committed to coming. So take that opportunity to actually do the exercise to the best of your ability. So I want you to think of 3 people that you admire. You might want to get out a notebook, pen, and write down the 3 people that you admire the most. Maybe the 3 people that you have qualities. I have instructions here. Write down their names. What are their characteristics and qualities? What do you like about them? Say you want aspiring to be a speaker in front of thousands of people. Well, do you know a speaker that speaks in front of thousands of people that you like? Maybe it's Oprah. Maybe it's Bob Proctor. Maybe it's Barack Obama. You know, maybe it's, you know, so what are their characteristics and qualities that you admire? Because what you admire in someone else already lives in you. It just needs to be pulled out of you and recognized. So write down the 3 names to people you admire, characteristics and qualities. If you don't have a pen, paper, just think about it in your mind, and think about, how do they dress? How do they usually show up? For casual wear, for dressy wear? How do you usually see them? And what do you admire most about them? Is it the way they talk? Is it their values? Is it, you know, what is it about them that you really like? Because it's something you want to pull out of yourself if you're admiring it in someone else. Okay, how are you doing with that? I think that might be the last instruction. Yes. So now I am going to ask you to just get really comfortable. I'm going to play some music. We're going to do just a short meditation, but it's really going to help you to move into your imagination and your intuition and really start to create the new you that you want to become. So give me a second for the music. And I hope that's not too loud. Okay, so close your eyes and take a deep breath and let it out. Breathe in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself sitting on the chair or sitting on the ground. Keep breathing deeply and letting go of your day so far. Letting go of everything that's happened so far. Bring yourself into this room, into this moment. And really focus on my words. If you do not see images when you close your eyes, that's okay. Just pretend that you do. Pretend you can see an image in your mind. Just make it up. It doesn't matter. So now I want you to think of one of the people you admire. Get a picture, if you can, of them and think of the qualities and the characteristics that you admire in them. And now I want you to see those you don't see them any longer. You see sort of this magic cape, this cloak with those characteristics, and you see yourself putting on that cloak, putting on that cape, stepping into those qualities and characteristics that you admire, and they have now become you. You are now the version of what you admire in the other person. Really feel how that feels in you. You can identify feelings, thoughts. So then I want you to think of the second person you admire. And do a same or similar thing where you see that person, you see their qualities and characteristics, and then as you see it fade away, but the cloak, the clothes that they have on contains the qualities that they have. And I want you to then step into that cloak, put it on, put the clothes on, and become the qualities and characteristics of that person. Those qualities and characteristics are now you. You are them. Become them. Feel them. What does it feel like? What are you thinking about you? What do you believe about you? And then finally, remember your third person. See that person, see their qualities and characteristics, but then see the person fading out. And all that's left is the qualities and characteristics, the cloak that they were wearing, the clothes they were wearing, and you now see yourself stepping into that, stepping into those qualities and characteristics, putting it on. It's becoming a part of you. It is you. It was already you. You're just accepting it as a part of you now. And really feel yourself in those qualities, those characteristics. And now begin to merge all three of those aspects of yourself. Maybe it's a great speaker. Maybe it's a great salesperson. Maybe it's a great husband or wife. Merge all of them. They're all part of you. All the qualities and characteristics that you admire, that you want to become, that you are, now that you've allowed them to be a part of you. See yourself doing daily activities as this new you. Maybe you're going to the grocery store, you're going to work out, you're traveling, you're going to eat with friends. Who are you eating with? What is it like being with your family? What is it like doing your work in the world as this new person? What is it like just being at home? Do you dress differently at home? When you're on the phone, when you're on your Zoom calls, are you different than you were before? So right now, I want you to imagine that it's 1 year from today. It's April 2021. And you have fully stepped into your new you and you've achieved your big goal. Your really big, juicy goal that you set today. And ask yourself, how do I feel now that my goal is achieved? How do I feel? What am I doing? Like, am I like super excited, jumping up and down? Am I sitting calm, peacefully in front of a lake, drinking a glass of wine, thinking about the amazing year I had? How does it feel when your goal is already achieved? Identify the emotions, the look on your face. How is your body moving? What are you wearing? Who are you with? What are you doing? Make it rich, make it wonderful, make it bold and beautiful. It's the life you've created and you're celebrating it. Now come back into the room, take a deep breath. Stretch a little bit. Open your eyes. And how do you feel now? And so what I want you to do, if you're back with me, hopefully, is today, go throughout your day feeling this way. Pretend, act as if you are this new you today. You have become her or him and you've reached your goals. So you begin to think, act, talk, and conduct yourself in all your affairs as with the person you wish to become. Act as if you already are your future self. There's a fair amount of acting that comes with imagining yourself in this way and playing with it and allowing yourself to have fun with it. Another technique that you can use right now when we're done with this call is to start to write this out. Write it out as your new self-image script to ensure your success. And after you've written it out in affirmation form, I usually have people start with, oh, let me stop the music. It was so pretty. Anyway, I usually start with, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then I write out the future as if it's now, as if it's today. So it's a very powerful way to instill this into your subconscious mind by writing about it every single day. And then also you can get a recording device on your phone. There's many different apps you can get. I get something called Voice Loop, and you can record yourself saying your script, or maybe you want to have your husband or girlfriend or somebody you really love their voice record your script for you and talk to you about you and what you're doing. That's another way you can do it. But listening to your life script, your self-image script, over and over every single day, several times a day, can remind you of what you just did, can remind you of who you are, what the potential is inside of you, and where you're wanting to go. And in that, if you just did that, that would be the repetition that you need to do over and over and over every single day in order to start thinking, feeling, and acting and behaving in the way that you want to behave to become the new you. So first, you are, and then you do, and then you get. So there is no other way. This is kind of how the universe works. So this is the acting part. What can you do today that your future self 1 year from now would be doing? Now, maybe it's not shopping like this lady is, because we're not able to go to stores and shop, but you could shop online. You could imagine yourself shopping and going to buy whatever it is you want to buy when you are your future self. You could, if you want to have a new house, then you could go online shopping for that house and start to make a cart of every house you like, as if money were no object at all. So first you have to act as if you already are there, and then you start taking action as if you're already there, and then you get it. One day you'll say to yourself, oh, today's the day. Today's the day I'm a millionaire, because you've imagined it so much in your mind that you've already become it. And then you look in your bank balance and you go, oh, it's today. Today is the actual day that it happened. So you first have to be the person of your dreams, the person you want to be. And then you have to act the way you want to act, the way you will act now. And then it one day will arrive. It will become so much a part of you that you will have it. And we also talk about in the level of vibration. If you know about vibrations in the world, we talk about moving to a different level of vibration. The level you're at right now, you cannot manifest that goal. You have to change the level of your vibration to the level of your goal. And as you change the level of your vibration and keep acting as if, you will finally reach the level of your goal, and then you will have it. So we change the subconscious through our thoughts and behaviors. If you never act like the new person, then it will stay a fantasy. If you never act like the new person, then it will stay as a fantasy. You have to take this action and just make it fun. Just make it fun. I don't know what your goals are, but you know what? Someone said to me once that you don't know if you want something until you try it, until you experience it. So you don't know that you don't want to go and to a hotel that has, a 5-star hotel and stay in the penthouse until you experience it, until you try it. And maybe you do that online now. Maybe you go looking at 5-star hotels, penthouse rooms, and which one you want to stay in a different country even. Maybe you fly in a private jet. Maybe you say to yourself, oh, I don't want to fly on a private jet, or I don't really need that, or I'm okay just the way I am. But do you really know you don't want to because you haven't experienced it yet? So right now you can take yourself on a private jet virtually. I'm sure you can do that on YouTube or somewhere online and experience it, at least for right now. So don't ever say you don't want something, because sometimes that's coming from a paradigm, a false belief, somebody else's paradigm, and just allow yourself to experience things and then choose and then decide. Okay, I experienced that, and that's not for me. I'd rather go camping or whatever it is, or I'd rather go sleep on the beach. So you will then know, but you don't know if you don't try it, if you don't allow yourself to go there. That was some very wise advice someone gave me. So who's ready? Are you really ready? Have you integrated this? Are you excited? Are you ready for a new you? I hope you're ready. This is another quote that I love. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me you think I should be. Not the me my wife or my husband thinks I should be. Not the me my kids think I should be. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. So I better know who me is. That's a quote by Bill Gove, often repeated by Bob Proctor because it turned his entire life around. So this is what we're doing here today. We're figuring out who we are. We're discovering who we are through the stick figure. We're discovering who we want to become. We're discovering how our mind works. And so if you want to be free, you have to know who you are. And the only way to do that is through discovery and study. So who here wants to be free? So we're winding down. Just a few more things for you. So in this masterclass, you learned, let's just take a review, to shift your internal set point in order to get what you want, to change your inner programming, to work for you versus against you. I hope you're now feeling really empowered, in this time, in this world, to really, that you have the ability to be in charge, to be in control of your life, no matter what is happening in the outside world. You are the one that has the power. You're the only one that can ever change anything. And so I hope you're starting to feel that, to remain in control and in charge of yourself, no matter the outside circumstances. We always have the ability to choose what comes into our mind, our subconscious mind, and align yourself, get in harmony with the results you desire, the importance of that. I hope you really start to begin to understand the stick figure and how important it is to use that and to have that picture of your mind and to be able to use that in your life, and really self-image. When you have a better and better self-image, you have the inner strength and the confidence that will never go away. You tap into a passion within inside of yourself that is like a fountain. It just is constantly flowing. And really make a decision to live and create your life in a new way for this new world, and how to become bulletproof from the inside out. And it's kind of a weird phrase, bulletproof, but you get what I mean. It's like you have that nothing can harm you, nothing can change you. Did you ever read about the Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl? It was a book that was out a long time ago, but he was in a prison camp, and he said that no one can control your mind. That's the only thing that we do have control of. And so while he was in the prison camp, he would visualize himself. I think he visualized himself golfing, and he became a really good golfer when he came out of the prison camp. But you are the only one that can control your mind. Nobody else, not even if you're in prison, can control your mind. So now you have a choice. You have a choice to make. What are you going to do? And is it going to be the same old thing that you were doing before, or is it something new? Do you want something more for your life? Do you want to finally figure out what your purpose is and start moving on it? Maybe you've always been thinking, oh, if I only had time, or if I only had money, or if I only had this or that, or if, when the kids are in college, or all these reason excuses why you haven't done the thing you've always wanted to do. Well, you have a choice now. It's the time. Are you going to choose it or not choose it? I feel like it's really important time right now for us to make those choices, because as we know, the world is not going to be different. So we at least have to make a choice. How are we going to be in the new world? And are we going to be in charge? And then we can go from there as far as discovering purpose. So just some of the benefits of when you start thinking in this new way to get new results is that you begin to get clear on your purpose, your vision, and your goals. get really super clear. You eliminate indecision, procrastination. You start to make decisions quickly. You know, Napoleon Hill said in his book, Think and Grow Rich, he interviewed 500 of the most wealthy people in the world. And he said what he discovered is the wealthy people in the world, they make decisions quickly and they change them rarely, if at all. They make decisions quickly because they know their purpose, they know their vision, and anything that comes to them, they can instantly decide, does it fit or doesn't fit? If it doesn't fit, they don't do it. I've heard Bob Proctor say that many times. He gets offered so many things, so many opportunities. He just goes, does it fit or not fit? Does it fit or not fit? Just easy decision, quick decision. You develop that muscle. You learn how to do that. So you become much more confident, and that happens very quickly when you start thinking into results. You remove the barriers of fear, doubt, and worry. We talked about that yesterday, how horrible that is to be in worry, doubt, and fear. And that as soon as you feel worry or doubt, you have to stop it so that it does not become fear. Because once it becomes fear, it has to go through the system of your body, and it's a longer process to get rid of it. So as soon as you start feeling worry and doubt, you have to stop that. And then how to form positive habits that really stick permanently. Not changing your behavior for a temporary result, but really changing your thinking and your emotional mind so that you get the permanent positive habits that you really want, that's going to get you the life that you want. So I love this. It's time for you to become the star of your own life. So have you been a supporting player? Have you been, a walk-on in your own life? It's really time to think about that. Or are you finally going to step up and be the star of your own life and really start, acting as if, walking as if, talking as if you already have the life that you desire? I've given you tons and tons of ideas here over the last 2 days of how you can start making some shifts for yourself. So I want to invite you into call with me. If this is resonating with you, if it's resonated with you through this whole time, let's get on a call. We can talk about where you're at now, and then we can go into what do you want? What did you discover in the seminar? What are the things you're wanting? What are you going for? Who are the people you admire? What do you want to create in your life? And then what's been holding you back? What's been stopping you? What are the patterns that hold you back? And then really get you some success strategies that you can start implementing immediately. Now, this is a free call. You can sign up for it through this link, drshelleynash.com/apply. And that'll take you to just a couple questions about your goal and fill that out. My calendar is pretty busy. You'll be able to get in a few times tomorrow and then schedule for next week. And I'm excited to talk to you about what you learned here, where you want to go, and really wanting to help you just live your best life. So if you resonate, if you love what you're hearing, if you want to hear more, just get on a call with me and we'll talk about your individual situation. We'll talk about what's going on and what you want to create in your life. And I'm going to leave that on for a few minutes so that you can write it down. If you just happen to get to my website, drshelleynash.com, you can always just click a link in there and it'll take you to the same place. But drshelleynash.com/apply. So I want to just thank you so much for hanging in there with me this last 2 days. It's been an honor and a privilege to be with you. If you're not already on my Facebook group, it's called The Winner's Image, Lead the Field in the New World. You can definitely I'll send you a link and you can definitely come join us there. We're talking how to win in our lives and really how to create change and get results that we want, support each other. It's awesome to be in a group of like-minded people who are all wanting the same thing and on the same path. So I'm so honored that you've been here, so grateful that you've been listening. And if there's anything I can do for you to help you, your business, your friends, your family, just let me know. And I hope that I'll see you on my schedule soon and talk to you very soon about what you want in your life and what you want to create and who you want to become for the new world that we're going to be entering in. So thank you so much. I'll just stop the screen share and say bye. It was good to see you, good to be with you today, and thanks so much. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.